What's going on, everybody? How you doing? Today, as you can see from the thumbnail, I kind of want to talk about budgets and what they mean to me, and get some feedback on what they mean to you. Budgets are really important to me. I'm sure most of you too, unless you're one of those really lucky people who doesn't have to worry about money. I know I do. Sure, the majority, probably 99.9% of you have to as well. But I have to worry about money and I have to budget myself correctly with everything, including my collecting, my toy collecting, and that sort of thing. So just, you guys have probably seen videos like this before and that sort of thing. But, I feel it's a responsibility as a YouTuber and as a content creator to put my 2 cents, and I'm going to adjust a little bit. This chair's getting wacky. So I just really wanted to talk about budgets and what they mean to me, and get some feedback from you guys, what they mean to you. First of all, again, this is not a video to change your mind, to change your budget, to make you question, oh, Yukon Phil said you should only do this much a day. No, that's not at all the point of this. And why the hell would you listen to me anyway? You got your own money, you do what you feel is necessary. This is simply just a video to an informative video, much like my videos are. I really try to inform, and I tell you what, in budgets, watching reviews and stuff has really helped me. It's helped me manage my budget better. It's helped me decide what figures I really want and what figures I can try to let go. So let's get started here. Budgets, super important. Responsibility, being a responsible collector, not being someone who goes out and buys everything and has no budget and runs up credit cards and gets in debt. That used to be me, to be honest with you. I started collecting back in 1996 when I was 16 years old, collecting Star Wars Power of the Force. I went bonkers. I went bonkers for years and years, racked up all kinds of credit card debt, got in trouble a lot. Didn't pay bills because I was so into toys and so into Star Wars and this sort of thing. And then, as life went on, I got older, I got married, and hard times came. I lost my job. I had to sell my whole collection, or the majority of it. This has happened a couple times where I've lost a job and I've had to sell it. A lot of that is due to the fact of me not budgeting properly. It's kind of your responsibility when you go down this aisle that you're like, okay, this is what I can allot to this collection and so forth. But going on what's going on now, it's an interesting time to be a collector, as many of you know, because things are crazy when it comes to prices anymore. We're paying minimum $23 to $25 for one figure nowadays. I remember Power of the Force, $4.76 at Walmart. I could get 5 figures. Sure, they're 3 3/4 inch, but 5 figures for what it costs for one Black Series right now. So it's interesting times that we live in, that happens. So my point in all this is my budget. I'll even tell you what my budget is. I've gone over this with my wife. I have 2 kids, as I've made clear before. I have a house. I live in Yukon, Oklahoma. You guys all know this stuff. My budget's $100 a week. That's my budget. And so that's about $400 a month. So since I've had that budget, I've been much more picky. Now, I'll be honest with you, when I started this YouTube channel, I went berserk. I went haywire. That was one of the, if you go back to when I left YouTube a few months ago, it's one reason I left, was because I probably spent $3,000 or $4,000 in a few months. Just to I was so obsessed with getting likes and getting subscribers and that sort of thing. It was about 3,000 or 4,000. That's kind of crazy money for me, and to be buying toys and stuff. So I went crazy. I got into lines that I didn't even care about. G.I. Joe. Guys, I'll be honest with you. This is going to ruffle some feathers. I mean, it's an opinion. You can say what you want. I don't like G.I. Joe. But I got into it because I thought it was good content, and I thought that I'd get more views. Marvel. I'm not that into Marvel, but I got into it. Same reason. There was things and lines that I got into for likes and views and that sort of thing. Since then, all those have been sold off. I don't have G.I. Joe anymore. I sold all my classifieds for dirt cheap to somebody who wanted them, and I was okay with that. I sold all my Marvel to pretty dirt cheap to someone who wanted them. I was fine with that too. Really now I'm sticking to what I like. The $100 a week is where I'm at. That's what I do. And I think it's super important to try to stick to that. I've made it pretty clear what I collect. I go for DC Multiverse, Batman, and all Batman villains, Robin, Batgirl, that sort of thing. Turtles, that's a slippery slope for me. I have a lot of the best action turtles and a couple of the movie turtles, and then some of the vintage ones, the Walmart releases. Obviously, Star Wars. Star Wars is the big thing. Transformers and Motu Masterverse. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm happy collecting those things, and I know that when you create a YouTube channel, you start getting into this and you start seeing things. You're like, man, maybe I'd like that. You get it, and you're like, damn, why did I buy this? So that's kind of where I was at. But like I said, it's interesting times with the prices. Let me give you some examples where we're at right now. I'll give you a figure that actually I think is really high quality and worth the price. This is Bane, $39.99, sorry, from McFarlane, about a 10-inch figure. I think he's worth the price point. I've really been into McFarlane lately, and I think he's great. I mean, I'll give you a closer look. If you want a full review, go back to my review from yesterday. You'll get a full review on him. But again, I think a great figure. DC Multiverse, if you just wait it out a week or two or a month or two, you can get these figures $15, $14 on Amazon. I rarely pay full price for my figures, DC figures on Amazon. Another great figure. This is one of the ones that I just absolutely love. This is a new Deathstroke from the Aquaman series, and man, it looks great. $20. DC Multiverse has not gone through the roof in terms of prices yet. Todd McFarlane has held them down pretty good, and I really respect that. I really like the work that McFarlane is doing now, and I think it's a good line. I've had some duds. I've got some Batmans that are shit. I'll be honest with you, they're crap. And I've thought about throwing them through that window down there, but I haven't, because I think for the most part, it's a really good product that McFarlane's gotten. Hasbro, as you know, is a different story. I'm having a harder and harder time paying $25 for a Black Series figure. I'll give you one that I did not have a hard time. This is the brand new Obi-Wan Darth Vader, $25. The only reason I bought this is because I don't have a New Hope Vader. This is essentially a New Hope Vader without the cowl, the cloak over the armor. But again, a great figure. But if we look at it, it's $27 with tax. My budget, like I said, is $100. If I'm paying $27, I get 3 figures a week. That's not much. It's really not. And for me now, it's more about quality as opposed to quantity. I used to be a completionist. I used to have a basement full of every single 3 3/4 inch Star Wars from 1996 until 2007. Over 1,800 figures, 200 vehicles, playsets galore. But I was a completionist, and I bought everything under the sun. And there was many times I was like, why did I buy this? Terrible. So I think budgeting when we're collecting is really something that needs to be the first thing that you take into consideration. The first thing that you need to figure out is, what can I do? What can I afford that's not going to put me at risk, put my family at risk, and so on and so forth. A lot of the stuff that's coming out now, not only has the prices gone through the roof, the quality's really gone down. Transformers. I mentioned this in my last kind of rant video. The Transformer quality is really going down. The plastic's thinner and thinner. It's more fragile and more fragile. I think the Black Series quality has held up pretty well, but there are lines out there where the quality is just not there. $27 for a figure that's got razor thin plastic that's going to break. Plus not to mention the yellowing. How we have yellowing on figures like the Siege Jetfire, that's unacceptable. And that's really my point when it comes to the quality and the money that you're willing to spend on these types of figures. So, this isn't just about me standing here talking for 9 minutes, which I'm at right now. This is about your opinions too. What did you do? Give me some comments here. What did you do to determine your budget? What is it that kind of led you to that? To say, okay, this is how much I can afford a week or a month or whatever it may be. I'd love to hear your comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say and kind of get some conversation going on about this subject. I think it's probably one of the most important subjects out there when it comes to toy collecting. It's a very obsessive hobby to have if you're not careful. And I've been down that road many times. So don't feel bad if you have, because we've all been there. So, all right, guys. Well, just a couple of little quick snippets about the channel. Really trying to post more and more all the time. Tune in to 60-second reviews if you haven't. Let me know if you guys like those or not. It's hard to get comments on those, but if you like the 60-second reviews, tell me. If you don't, tell me. As of right now, 299 subscribers. I need somebody to subscribe so we can get to 300. 57,000 minutes of watch time. So thank you for that. I honestly don't thank you guys enough for tuning into my channel. So thank you for that. I seem to be bad about that, but thank you for tuning in. I really like this as a hobby. Again, I'm not worried about getting monetized or anything like that. This is just pure fun for me. So thanks for tuning in. Again, leave me a comment, like, subscribe, all those things, and we'll catch up soon. There's going to be a toy hunt on Friday, so look forward to that, plus more 60-second reviews. You guys have a good one. We'll talk to you later. Later.